There are touches that men and women exchange every single day without understanding what they actually communicate. And then there are 7 specific touches that bypass every defense a woman has ever built and speak directly to the part of her that has been waiting, sometimes for years, to feel exactly that. This is not about technique. This is not about moves. This is about understanding what certain touches communicate to a woman's brain that words simply cannot reach. Research from the Touch Lab at McGill University found that humans can communicate over 20 distinct emotional states through touch alone, with accuracy rates that exceed spoken language in nearly every category. 20 emotional states. Through contact that lasts seconds, most men are only using 1 or 2 of them without knowing it. Here are 7 touches that mature women remember long after the conversation ends. Touch number 1. The conversation stop. She is talking. Mid-sentence, mid-story. And you reach out and gently rest your hand on hers. Not to interrupt, not to redirect, just to pause and let her know you want to be fully present in this moment. Women who have spent years talking to men who are physically there but mentally somewhere else understand immediately what this gesture means. It means you heard her, not just what she said, but who she is while she's saying it. That distinction, communicated through 2 seconds of contact, hits harder than any compliment a man could put into words. A mature woman feels the difference between a man who listens and a man who waits for his turn. This touch is how you show her which one you are. Touch number 2. Moving her hair. When a woman's hair falls across her face and a man reaches over slowly and moves it, not because it bothered him, but because he wanted to see her, the psychological response in women is immediate. This touch requires a specific kind of permission. It enters her personal space with full awareness of what it is. The slow, deliberate nature of it communicates something that direct touch rarely does. I see you, and I want to see more of you. For mature women who have learned to feel invisible in crowded rooms, this single gesture can feel like being discovered for the first time in a very long while. Touch number 3. Both hands over hers. She is holding something, a glass, her phone, anything. You reach over and place both of your hands over hers. You are not taking it from her. You are covering it, surrounding it. The bilateral pressure of both hands creates a sensation of being held without being held. Neurologically, it activates the same sense of safety as being embraced, but in a way that is quiet and understated. For a mature woman who is used to being the one who holds everything together for everyone around her, feeling her hands surrounded by a man's hand is a physical experience of not having to carry it alone, even for 30 seconds, even in the middle of an ordinary moment. That relief is something women feel in their entire body, not just their hands. Touch number 4, the shoulder blade placement. Standing behind her, at a gallery, a concert, waiting somewhere together, you place both hands lightly on her shoulder blades, not guiding her, not gripping, just present behind her. This touch communicates protection without possession. It says, I am here and I have your back, without any expectation attached to it. For women who have spent years feeling like they were navigating everything completely alone, the quiet presence of a man's hands resting at their back creates a sense of ease that most women didn't realize they were missing until they actually feel it. It is one of the most underused touches between men and women, and one of the most powerful. Touch number 5, the temple graze. During a close conversation, you reach up slowly and lightly, touch the side of her face, near her temple, near her hairline. Brief, deliberate, unhurried. This touch requires the highest level of proximity of anything on this list. A man has to be close enough, trusted enough, and calm enough to make this feel like tenderness rather than intrusion. When it lands correctly, when a woman feels safe enough to receive it, her nervous system responds with a level of oxytocin release that researchers associate specifically with deep romantic attachment. For mature women who have built their walls high enough to keep most people out, this touch is a quiet, respectful presence that does not demand to be let in. It simply acknowledges that she is worth being close to. And for a woman who has spent years feeling like too much to handle, that acknowledgement can be everything. Touch number 6, the forearm guide. Walking together, you place your hand on her forearm, not her hand, not her waist, and lightly slow her pace to match yours. Women notice the difference between a man who walks beside them and a man who walks with them. This touch closes that gap physically. It says we are moving through this together, at the same pace, in the same direction. For mature women who have spent years adjusting to other people's rhythms and accommodating everyone else's pace, being gently guided into someone's rhythm who has slowed down for them feels like a completely new experience. Small, almost invisible, deeply felt. Touch number 7, guiding her head to your chest. She is tired. She has had a long day. She is sitting beside you, and something in her is carrying more than she said out loud. You reach over slowly, place your hand gently on the side of her head, and guide it to rest against your chest. No words, no explanation, just that. Research on heart rate synchronization between partners found that when a woman rests her head on a man's chest, her heart rate begins to match his within 90 seconds. Her breathing slows. Her cortisol, the stress hormone, drops measurably. Her nervous system shifts from high alert into something closer to rest. For a mature woman, a woman who has been the strong one for so many people for so long that she has genuinely forgotten what it feels like to set that weight down somewhere safe. This touch is not just intimate, it is restorative. She feels your heartbeat, steady, calm, not in a hurry to be anywhere else. And something in her, something she may not even be able to name in that moment, decides that this is real, that you are worth staying for. These 7 touches share one thing in common. None of them ask for anything in return. They give, they communicate, they are present without demanding presence back. And that quality, that generosity in physical contact, is what mature women have spent years waiting to find in a man who is finally secure enough to offer it. Most men spend their entire lives focusing on what to say. The men who actually stay in women's minds are the ones who understood what to feel and how to let her feel it too. Now you know what that looks like.